So I heard two terms kind of paired together, 𝗂𝗵𝗿𝗺𝗃 and unicorn. What is happening there? Is 𝗂𝗵𝗿𝗺𝗃 a unicorn destined to be a unicorn? Tell our audience a little bit about this story.
Oh, okay, Roxy, you're cheating now because you heard me speak and mention this before. So, and that's okay. I actually love this question as well. You know, in the finance world, and this is really where this term has come from, you know, banks and investment entities and other entities who are looking at a successful business. The criteria for a successful business is vast, right? I mean, the first and ultimate criteria is, are you taking care of patients and are you doing it well? And if you're doing that, is it making an impact on the economics of healthcare? And if you're doing that, you are a successful healthcare company. But when you look at a company from a financial standpoint, and you know, there are a lot of not-for-profits in healthcare, there are a lot of for-profits in healthcare, but the bottom line is, even if you're a not-for-profit, you better figure out how to break even, or you're not going to be able to serve anybody anyway. So the financial component of a business, especially for a startup business, is to hit three specific areas. And when you look at some of new companies in healthcare, and especially digital companies, you know, going back to our digital conversation, a lot of these companies still haven't made a profit. Their entire concept is moving the evolution of care into the digital space, and capturing as much market share as they can, even if it's at a loss. So many investors will say, we love the strategy, you're impacting cost for the system, you can't make any profit yet, but we believe you will. You know, someday you will, and we believe in that, and we'll invest in that. So the measure is revenue. You know, how quickly can you get revenue into your market? And that's one of the elements of being a unicorn. It's revenue. And a lot of companies can do that. They can generate revenue, and you see that everywhere. The second is actually having a strong gross profit and year over year increase in gross profit as you're growing the business. So going back to the for-profits and the profits, ultimately you still have to make a gross profit to succeed. And that gross profit is important to make sure that that's a positive number. And that's the second criteria if in fact you're going to be a unicorn. Now, the third piece to being a unicorn, and if you can do this, you are officially a unicorn, is continue to grow your operating profit. So you've got your revenue, you've got your gross profit, you've got your operating profit. And if you can grow all three of those faster than the market, you're a unicorn. And that's what most investors and bankers will call you, because it's very difficult to do all three, especially if you're a young company. And doing it at a level of 20% on each of those categories is really, really unique. We have been called that. You know, we're a couple of years into the strategy, and both years of operating, we have had the pleasure of being able to do all three of those things on a pretty regular basis. And so we have been called by many folks a unicorn company, which is a compliment, you know, certainly. And you know, now the pressure is on, you know, to continue to do that.